So there you go, my plan. Trying the chicken. I'm at the famous temple night market here on Kowloon or Kowloon. It's filled with fortune tellers and old school karaoke, Peking opera singers. And there's two famous restaurants here serving up one of my all-time favorite Cantonese dishes, Bao Zai Fan, or clay pot rice. A few months ago, I did a video about Bao Zai Fan in New York because living in New York, you know, you're lucky enough to have access to some pretty authentic food items. But if you want a truly authentic experience, you got to come to the source, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm starving. There's two really famous Bao Zai Fan restaurants here. One is Xingji or Hinki restaurant, and the other right down the street, right next to each other actually. If you guys can see where all the people are, and there's a line right there. Siji, the Four Seasons Bao Zai Fan restaurant, and it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. There's still a huge line for Bao Zai Fan, and because I can't really decide which one to go to because they both seem awesome, I'm gonna have to go to both. I'm gonna start off with Xingji Bao Zai Fan. Now Xingji has 4 separate locations around this little area, and each location is really small. They even have a sign warning people about going to places that might be using their name. Like I said, the first place I'm trying, Xingji Bao Zai Fan. This place has been open for around 20 years, and the thing is, these Bao Zai Fan places, they don't open till 6 p.m. So for some reason, none of these places really serve lunch. And looking through the menu, check this out guys, there are literally, I mean, this is all Bao Zai Fan. Well, except for that. But all these front 3-4 pages are all Bao Zai Fan. They really serve some really unique ones like yellow eel and frog. I'm gonna stay away from that. Fish head, not for me. Duck tongue, no thanks. So I'm gonna stick with the classic. I'm gonna get the La Wei Bao Zai Fan, or the preserved meat with rice, and I'm gonna get their signature, because I know it's a signature because it's taking up the whole page. Jian Hao Bing. This is like an oyster fried pancake, so I want to try that. One thing about eating in Hong Kong is you gotta be able to be comfortable eating with a lot of people, and sometimes you gotta share a table. So I'm going around eating by myself. I'm always going to be sharing tables with other people, so I got some table mates all around. Hey guys, I just got my first item here, the oyster fried pancake. Now this isn't really like something like Taiwanese oyster pancake. The Taiwanese pancake is gooey. This is actually quite crunchy, and it doesn't really look the same either. There's a lot of scallions in here, and it kind of looks like a egg foo young sort of. So let's break it apart. Try that. That's pretty good. That's definitely fresh oysters in there. And if you're a big fan of oysters, I'm actually not. I really like this. Crispy on the outside. Definitely less gooey than the Taiwanese counterparts, which I'm a fan of because every time I see slime in my food, it doesn't make me feel good. I love how like on every one of their labels they have this thing where they're afraid that you might be mistaking a copycat for them. So they warn you to be wary of other people that might be stealing their image. You might not be getting the authentic experience. Again, this is Hong Kong, so I probably won't be able to find like hot oil that often. But this is their hot sauce, which looks to me there's a lot of garlic in here. Way better. Man, that takes it up a huge notch. My Bao Zai Fan has arrived, and this clay pot doesn't have the typical clay top, but check it out. Whoa, that's so pretty. That's colorful. So there you go, my preserved sausage Bao Zai Fan. It looks pretty simple. I got a couple different types of Chinese lapchang and a nice piece of bacon here. And now I've got to add the soy sauce. Now if you watch my last video, you'll know that at Bao Zai Fan restaurants, they will specially blend their soy sauce. So this isn't a typical soy sauce you'll buy off the shelf. There's usually soy sauce in here, maybe sometimes sesame oil, garlic, some sugar. It's definitely not as salty as regular soy sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that on. That's what it looks like post soy sauce. And then take your spoon and mix it all up, and make sure you get the edges because that's where the crispy rice resides, and you want to get all of that. The way they cook this is they cook the entire rice raw in the pot themselves, And they'll cook it about 70%, 80%, then they'll add the ingredients and cook it the rest of the way. You're gonna have a lot of good crispy rice on the sides and on the bottom, and that is like one of the best things about Bao Zai Fan is that crispy rice. There you go, my rice all mixed together, and you can just use your spoon to eat this stuff. See how that rice is nice and crispy? That's what you're looking for. This is so exciting. My first authentic Bao Zai Fan experience. Here we go. Oh, it's amazing. Right away, got a nice mouthful of crispy rice. That's so nice. A little charred rice taste. Big spoonful this time. Oh my god. Soy sauce, like I said, not that salty. A little sweet, perfectly mixes with the rice. This rice is delicious. I saw on their menu that they use specially imported Thai rice, and that's typically what Bao Zai Fan restaurants use because they're the most aromatic kind of rice. This dish is so amazing. It's so amazing. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? There's not much in here. There's no vegetables in here. It's just 3 types of sausages. And honestly, when I first saw it, I'm like, huh, that's all there is. It's not like, you know, full of meat and stuff, but this is absolutely amazing. I could just eat the rice alone. I don't even need the meat. Oh my god, did I really just say that? I don't even need the meats. I don't even know myself anymore. Alright, I'm gonna try this little piece of sausage here. I wish they gave me more than just this little piece, but let's see what it is. That was basically a preserved piece of bacon, and as I was chewing it, the fat broke down in my mouth, and what happened next? Pure happiness. I could literally eat about 5 of these because these are a little smaller than the ones you typically get in New York, and I would get more, but I still gotta go over to the Four Seasons after this, so I'm gonna finish up and head over there. Well, that was really awesome. Also, I want to say that Hong Kong people, really friendly. So there were people sitting all around me, and if this was in New York, and you guys saw in some of my videos where people got into my shot and they would just like run away, and they would look at my camera like it's Medusa's head. But here, everyone's really nice. I asked them what their favorite Bao Zai Fan was, and they all said the preserved sausage one, which is the one I got, which is awesome. So now I'm at Siji, Four Seasons, and the line is gone. This is the menu for Four Seasons pot rice, much simpler than the last place. Okay, I was just gonna get the simple Chinese preserved sausage clay rice pot, but the aunties here convinced me that to get the Chinese sausage with chicken, which they say is the best, and they convinced me to get some vegetables because they think I should eat some vegetables. Alright, I'm gonna eat some vegetables. The aunties here, they're really cool. They're just like, you know, they want to say hi to the camera, kind of like taking me aback because usually I'm in New York Chinatown. I'm avoiding all these interactions. People are avoiding me. But, you know, Hong Kong people, they're nice. They want to be on camera, so it's cool. Chicken with 1 Chinese lapchang sausage. Let's go ahead and add our soy sauce. Trying the chicken. That might just be one of the most tender pieces of chicken I ever had in my life. You know what this reminds me of? It actually reminds me of Hainan chicken. Got the tender chicken, got the nice ginger aroma, and my veggies just arrived with a side of, I believe this is fermented tofu. I think both of these places are really good. That's why they're always packed. But to me, one of them is definitely better than the other, and it's not even close. I love Xingji, Yinki, Hinki, Hinki. Here's why. The dish is called Bao Zai Fan. Fan, rice. A big part of this dish is the rice. And the rice at Hinki, way better than the Four Seasons. At Hinki, the rice is very crispy because Bao Zai Fan, you gotta look for that crispy rice factor. The rice is also very fragrant, and when you eat it, you want more. And Four Seasons rice to me is very mushy. There really wasn't any crispy rice at all, which is really strange because that's a big part of what Bao Zai Fan is, clay pot rice. You gotta have really good rice, and I really feel like Xingji beats out Four Seasons by a lot. Also, I think I could have ate 3 or 4 of Hinki's rice pots, and I really couldn't even finish that one over at Four Seasons. So if you guys are ever in Hong Kong and you only have time to try one place out, you gotta go for Hinky. If you guys want to know more about clay pot rice bao zai fan, you want to see how they make it, then check out my first bao zai fan video. I'll put that link in my description box as well. That's when I actually went back into the kitchen and saw how they made the whole thing. And if you guys want to follow along and see what I did in Hong Kong, then check out my vlog channel. Thank you all so much for watching. See ya!